Hello guys and welcome back. So we are commencing a second lab that will be on conditionals and loops. So I would suggest that if you have directly jumped onto this video, just go back and watch the previous videos to get the understanding from the theoretical part of what conditionals and loops are. And also, if you have missed out the older videos of the playlist, I would suggest you start from the beginning and get to know about Ansible and what the theoretical part. So I have explained it into much detail, so it will help you with the setup of Ansible and to use it for your scripting automation. So let's begin. So I have three activities lined up for us, and we'll just go one by one and we'll code the exercise accordingly. So first we exercises, we have to install the web server. Apache 2 if the OS is Ubuntu is HTTPD if the OS is CentOS. So let's begin with this lab exercise now. So we are going to use the same setup that we used in the previous lab. So I'm going to use the Ubuntu VM itself. So let's start. Let's begin. And I will, just like last time, I will guide you as step by step as I'm coding. So as usual, I have to first list my play with a dash. So this will be my first play. So I will name the play as install web server. Let's say. All right. So host will be, next will be hosts, and it will be my local host. All right. And next will be the tasks. So I'm hope you're well aware by now about what all these parameters are and what do they mean. So now under tasks, we have to create two tasks now. And that is, suppose if the guest OS is Ubuntu, then we have to install Apache. So we will give that task first. Install Apache server if OS is Ubuntu. And that will be our task. All right. So we will use apt package manager as Ubuntu uses apt, and we will install Apache 2 and give the state as present. Now, when will this task run? When the OS is Ubuntu. So here the conditional parameter comes into picture. So when our OS is Ubuntu. So as you are well aware, in the lecture of facts, I have in detail explained you guys what is Ansible _ distribution and where it comes from. So this is gathered from facts. So I will mention when the distribution is Ubuntu, that time this task will go ahead and run. All right. So hope this is clear. And let's go for the next task now. So our next task will be install HTTPD server if OS is CentOS. All right. So CentOS uses yum as packet manager. So we will give yum and the service will be HTTPD and state will be present. So let me drag the terminal a bit so you will have a better view. All right. So now when will this task run? If Ansible _ distribution equals it's CentOS. So hope this is clear, and we will go ahead and run the script. First we'll check if Ansible is there, if Apache is there or not. So this local host is Ubuntu, so it should ideally, according to our script, it should install Apache server. So let's check. Apache is not installed as of now. So let's go ahead and run our script. So this is the format for running a script as before. All right. It has started running. So this is the first task it's going through. So it is, as you can see, as it has found that Ubuntu is the local host. So it has gone through this task and it skipped this task because it's the host OS is not CentOS, and so it only went ahead and did change on did one change on the local host, that is install Apache. So let's check if Apache is installed. So as you can see, Apache server has given a error. So that confirms is that Apache has now been installed on the local on our local host in Ubuntu VM. So you can take a screenshot if you want of this code exercise, and we are done with the first exercise. So I can mention this as done. Okay, so we'll move on to the second lab exercise now. So what it states is we have to install the following packages in one loop, that is git, curl, and vim. So now after conditionals, now we are going to look into a loops example. So let's go ahead and start coding. So we'll modify the script itself. So first of all, I will remove all the tasks and rename my play now. So my play will be, I will name as install packages in one loop. All right. And let's move on to tasks now. So ideally now I should have only one task because I will loop all the packages and use apt module to install those packages onto my Ubuntu VM. So before that, just let's quickly check if I have those modules or not. So git is not to be found in any directory. Curl, yeah, command is not found in any directory. Nor it's installed. And let's check for vim itself. So vim command is also not found in our Ubuntu machine. So let's go ahead and install this with a script now. So my first task I will name as install packages. You can name anything, or we can skip that as well. So now I will use the apt module as we discussed in the last lecture to install my packages. So what will be the name now? So the name will come as item. Why? Because as discussed in the previous lecture, so any entry inside the loop variable, the loop module is referred as item. So that will be the item and state will be as present. So where will this item come from? So for that, I will just use my loop module and give the variables, that is the packages name one by one. So first is git, second is curl, and third is vim. And okay, so we are good to go, I feel. Let's check. I'll save it and run it and have the moment of truth. Let's check. I will run Ansible playbook.yaml. So it has started the installation, I feel. Yeah. So the first item has been picked up, git, and it has been changed. The second has been picked up and changed, and third has been picked up and changed. So we can see there all the packages are ideally installed. So now let's check. I'll just clear the screen and let's see git. So you can see now git is no longer giving an error and git has been installed. Let's check curl. Yeah, curl is now installed and not giving any error for now. And let's check to vim. So vim is also now installed and we can see the vim editor as well. All right, so that was our second lab exercise. Hope you understood it. And we can mark this as complete. So let's move on to the third exercise now. Now this will be a combination of both conditionals and loops. So it will be interesting to code as well. So what we have to do is we have to create 3 users named Bob, Lara, and Jack. So Lara and Jack are admins, hence they should have be added to the Sudo group because they are admins using Ansible, and Bob should not be added to the Sudo group. So let's begin. We'll just clear the screen for now and we will edit everything over here itself. So let's start. So for now, let's see, we'll use the variables parameter and add all the users inside this variables. So inside the variables, we will create a users list. So, and this list will have key dictionary parameters like the name and the admin status. That will be a good approach for us. So let's see. we will give user name. So what's the first name? Sorry, I forgot. Bob, Lara, and Jack. Okay. So name will be Bob. And what's the admin status? Admin status is false for Bob. Okay. So this is one entry. Second entry, again, name will be Lara and admin. Lara is an admin. That will be true. The third entry is Jack, and Jack is also an admin. Okay, good enough. So these variables are declared for now. So after variables, we will go ahead and start with our tasks. So what is our first task? Our first task is to create these three users. So in this case, we will use the users module. Let's go ahead, give my task a name. Okay, name. I will give the name as create the users. Okay, so now I will use the users module. Okay, so now the name. So from where will the name come from? We have three users and we have three names. So for this, we will need to use loop. So item dot name, that is the item. Under users, so I will loop the users list completely, and so each entry will be an item. So and under every item, so what is the key for that? So I will mention it over here. So that will be looped accordingly. All right. So also state should be present. Cool, good to go. So now finally I will loop. So inside loop, I will pass the entire users directory variable. All right. Hope that's clear enough. So this is our first task, that we created the users. Okay. So this part is done. I will just mark this as complete. So now Lara and Jack are admins, so they should be added to the Sudo group. So that will be our next task. Okay. So let's create a new task called as add users, admin users to Sudo group. Okay. So now here again we will use the user module name. So we have to modify each and every variable. Each and every user inside the loop. So I'll just pick up the same entry that I gave over here. Item and dot name, and now the group factor will come here. Picture. So it should the user should be added to the group Sudo, and it should be appended. So append as yes will come into picture. So now when should this task be run? So if I leave it as it is and just give my loop, the same loop over here, it will add it to every user. So we should have a condition over here. So we'll use when. So when this task should be executed when the user has admin access. So in this case, we will use item dot admin. So you can see we have given true and false values. So if at items, that is the user has admin as true, then this task will be executed as it's true. And if it's false, then this task will not be executed and it will be skipped. So in our condition for Bob, this task will be skipped, and for Lara and Jack, this task will be executed. All right. So this looks good enough. We will save it and quickly run the playbook. Sorry. Symbol and playbook.yaml. Okay. Oh, it has started. You can see what speed it has done. So we can see that it has created users for Bob, Lara, and Jack. And you can see that Bob has been skipped as a admin was set as false, and Lara and Jack has been added to sudo. So of course, let's go ahead and check if that's really the case. So I will create a new terminal and let's check. Okay, let's get sudo access first. Okay, so first we will go ahead and check if the user has been created. So under /etc/passwd, we should see the users. So you can see Bob has been created, Lara has been created, and Jack also has been created. Okay. So that was our first task, and that's successfully done. Now let's log in as each and every user. So first, before that, as I haven't passed the password variable, so we need to set up password for each and every user. So let's do that first, or else we cannot log in into the into the user. So I will just give a random password. All right. So after that, you can log in as Bob. So I'm switching as Bob, giving the password that I mentioned. All right, I'm in. So let's check if Bob has sudo access. Suppose as simple as sudo ls. So it's asking password. So you can see Bob is not in the sudo's file because he was not added to the sudo file. That is the sudo group. So let's create one more terminal and change password first of all for Lara. Let's give let's give a random password. Okay, password has been given. Let's switch quickly. Yeah, we are logged in as Lara. Same command, sudo ls. Asking password for Lara. And you can see I am able to ls. And that was not the case for Bob, as Bob is not the sudo's in file. If you want, let's quickly go ahead and check for Jack as well. Let's first change quickly password for Jack. Okay, giving a random password. Let's log in as Jack, entering the password. Okay, so sudo ls. After I provide password for Jack, sorry, I might have messed up the password. Yeah, so I am able to ls in using sudo access for Jack as well. So you can see Bob is not the sudo, that is the admin, and Jack and Lara are the admins. So with this, we are done with this part and the third lab exercise as well. Hope you enjoyed it. So as usual, if you have any doubts, queries, or if you run into any problems, you can post into the comment section. And yeah, see you into the next one. Thank you.